The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There isn't for guys on defense. They've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Now Jones. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Jones again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jones. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's got room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Cook again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows? On that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's a Packers touchdown. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air. Extra point try now for Crosby. Now before they can try the extra point, a flag comes out, and they're going to get tagged for a delay of game, and they'll accept that penalty. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Packers 14, Vikings nothing. Mason Crosby, the kickoff for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They go play action. Cousins. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
4th down, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way,
there he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From just inside the 20, a short kick, and a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. Room here to run. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Packer first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That'll wind up as a loss on the play. So now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
It's Rodgers. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Cousins on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With the dime work on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 19 yards decisions that time for number 19.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Cousins now to throw on first down. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Working with a 2nd and 4. Cousins now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Cousins. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Final play of the half. Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings. KJ Osborne as time expires in the first half. And the Vikings have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the 2nd half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. From the 10. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And some space here, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. 130 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3, second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or...
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they like to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
We often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw, because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And we are tied at 21.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Cousins. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And some room to maneuver. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Cousins gives way to Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Cousins to throw it. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown Vikings. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. And boy, figure this one out. Leading here in the 4th, and now they're going to try an onside kick. Well, the Vikings are pointing. They've got it. Minnesota football. Well, they just scored. They got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak. Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. On the move past the 40. Down the right sideline. Touchdown! Adam Thielen. 58 yards. And the Vikings use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Rodgers going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. He finds Watson. It's caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Rodgers now on 1st down. Being chased out left. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. This is caught inside the 15. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Throwing is Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.